And what's the chat saying? Can it hear me? Let's just make sure. Can it hear me? Can it hear me? Hello?
Are those mostly the books papers?
Yeah. Here, I want to show the transcription.
Trying to organize them. I did a lot of.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
Got to exercise 7. Or exercise 7 that I've got down, but I haven't finished it all.
This is a mess.
Haven't finished
Okay,
it.
here we
Haven't
go.
reviewed.
Hello, everyone. Everyone. Okay, I was like, did I erase the board? Okay. We're gonna do chapter 8 today. You already know that. I don't know why I'm saying this like this. I gotta do it for the people on there. Okay. And wait, 7:15. Wow, we are late. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do chapter 8 and then we're gonna work on the workbook of chapter 7. I want to just tell everyone now though that we're gonna have our first exam next week. The week of what, the 19th through the 23rd. Everyone will come in early starting on Wednesday if we get through chapter 9. Or actually that does sound terrible, doesn't it? To do, what do y'all think? Chapter 9, it's adjectives. I don't know. Maybe we can get through it in one class. I didn't even think about that. Okay, it's going to be after chapter 9. Okay. I got to scare them whenever you rewatch it. Okay. I got to scare everyone. Yeah. It's going to have 16 multiple choice true false questions. It's going to have parsing like in the workbooks. Or in the workbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words of parsing, each one being 5 points each. Multiple choice, true, false, 2 points each. And 3 sentences, like full length sentences, Okay. That are each worth 10 points. Okay. Then there's also, yeah, you're translating them in English like you do in the workbook exercises. Then you have to write a paradigm chart. I won't tell you which one. I will not tell you which one. Have fun with that. Okay. So memorize your paradigm charts. You know what I mean by paradigm charts? The charts that I've been doing, with all the cases and stuff. Well, I've been making them one big one. You have to remember either the endings, maybe the articles.
Do we technically find those same paradigms in like the
They're in the book.
workbook too?
They're in the book. The main book. Not the workbook. There's in some of the review chapters you have to refill out the paradigm charts. They're called paradigm charts because they're like key to learning the language. So it also just represents like its own area of thought, kind of. That's why it's called a paradigm chart. Okay. But today, prepositions. Are you all ready? Okay, so you all know what prepositions are. Words that show the relationship between two other words, or two words, yeah. It's not just spatial. You had mentioned like anywhere a squirrel can go, yeah. It's not just spatial though. So let me see their examples. They're just mentioning spatial. Dadgummit. They're pretty much spatial for the most part. Okay. But I'm just gonna go through all the main ones you'll have to know. But one thing I do want to mention is they do this weird thing where based on which word the preposition is modifying, based on what case it is in, it will have a different meaning. But those are listed in your vocabulary section, okay? Make sure real quick before I start writing. Yeah. Okay. You know how in the genitive and the dative, there was like the keyword to or of? These will kind of take over that and be replacing it. Okay. If there's a preposition. Then I don't know if I should say this, but it's in here, so I'll probably go ahead and mention it. They do not change forms. A preposition is basically always the same. So like it won't be like a noun where it will have a different ending or anything at all. Does that make sense? Okay. But there is this fun thing I talked to Eli a little bit about where I'm just going to use these two words, though they would never go in that order. So the only time it might change is like, if you have a word that ends in a vowel like that, and the next one starts with a vowel, if I'm remembering that correctly. Yep.
They just kind of drop the vowel out.
Yeah, it drops the vowel because they didn't want to do like para apo. But there it's just par apo. Or apa, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll drop. It's called elision. I'll go ahead and write that word so you can spell it. I'll give you the technical thing. When certain prepositions ending in a vowel are followed by a word beginning with the vowel, the final vowel of the preposition may be dropped and marked with an apostrophe. This is called elision. Okay. And then you all know what prepositional phrases are, right? Be honest, yes or no?
I believe so. I remember learning about it.
It's been a little bit, but
Okay.
come back to me.
Basically, you know how there's different parts of the sentence? It's just basically the preposition with the word it modifies that makes up the prepositional phrase. So you'll want to try to separate that away.
Yeah.
So let's get one of their examples. John came before Jesus. He was before Jesus. Prepositional phrase. Sound good?
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Y'all are making me nervous.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie.
With that example, it came back to like English, from like comp skills class, and it's pretty much you start at the preposition. You could circle that word, and we would mark it out. The way it simplified the sentence, and we would go all the way until we get to the noun. That's how we know when the prepositional break ended.
Okay. That makes more sense. And that's why it modifies the phrase basically.
It marks the phrase, like it's the phrase is because the preposition is modifying the object. And everything in the phrase is modified, yes. I don't know. I ain't an English teacher. I'm a Greek teacher, man.
So what would it look like then in Greek setting?
Why do I
Prepositional phrase example.
Yeah, that works. I like that example. Halaga. Aposteo. Say. I was like, wait, Theo doesn't sound right. Yeah. The word from God. It's from God. Wonder if they can read it. Read, people, read. I bet it's so jarring. Is it jarring watching these?
A little bit.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
At least Jay's honest.
Most of the time I listen to
You're
it.
just like, most of the time I just don't even watch it.
No, I'll watch it. Sometimes I just listen to it instead of watching it. But
Okay. It's time. Well, it was almost good. Wait, I gave it a little hump. Yes. So. And in, on, or among. Because I mean, if you look at it from like a top down, it's on top of it. But then it's also in the circle. It's among a bunch of other things. Being in the center of it all. And we have cross. It is to, towards, or with. If I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head. Yes. And I'm going to put its thing in parentheses. Accusative. That's where it has that definition. Then we have ace. Into, in, among. It's going into it. In it. And it's among. Yeah. And to, towards, with. Make sense?
Yep.
Let's see.
What was that one's definition again?
Into, in, among.
Thank-
I'm trying to find it. Where is it? It's not even. Oh, we already had it, I guess. Oh, this one says this one's a dative. That's fine. Or goes with dative. I wouldn't worry too much about these because these don't have multiple. Okay, some of these will get to have multiple.
So would most of them be then singular or plural in the way that it's
They're not singular or plural in nature.
okay.
So that would be nouns that you're thinking of.
That's right.
These do not have any forms or anything. They're just this, and they modify nouns and words that go along with them. You look confused.
Sorry.
Are you?
I don't think so. I think I'm understanding it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got it.
Where do I want to put this? Dia. Genitive. I don't have room to write it. You'll just think. Genitive is through, and in the accusative, it's on account of. By the way, it's not that these are in the genitive or dative. I want to make that clear. It's the words they're modifying. If the noun that dia is modifying is in the genitive, it'll mean through. But if it's in the accusative, it means like on account of.
Would it be just in those two forms, or could it like take a could it take a case of it something else as well? No.
I can. I don't have any example off the top of my head where it does.
Okay.
You'll probably find some in the workbook if there are. I'll just say that. So. Heck. Is that funny? Heck. Oh. It goes with the genitive. And it means from or out of. See, it's going out of the circle. It's from the circle. And yeah, this one's through. Dia is through.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Then Appa. I don't know how many times it's either Appa or Oppo. I don't know. The accents. I forget about the accents and which one they mean. Matter. My opinion. We're starting to get to reading here instead of pronunciation as much. So don't crucify me. We all know how that ended. Stop joking. That's pretty bad joking. Okay, it means away from. Away in like parentheses as the book is how the book has it. So you like can put it there. But it means it's going away from.
Oh, I got
What? Got what?
a word that means below.
Let me do my work. Sorry. I'm messing with you, Jay. What in the world happened to this? Okay. Yeah. Koopa. Did I say that loud enough? Koopa. In the genitive, or with the genitive, it's by. So like it's right by the circle. But it also can be where'd it go? Under. Yeah, it's just by or under. Just want to make sure we're talking about my rear.
Good.
But
That
yeah.
meaning will be the accusative.
Yes. Yeah. Hera. Genitive. From. Okay.
Which word is it?
Hera.
Okay, thank you.
From. In the with the genitive. Dative. beside. As you can see, it's right beside the circle, or in the presence of. And then the accusative alongside of. You may or may not have to learn which case with which definition for the vocab quizzes. I hope you all are ready. Say your prayers. There's other ones in here. Hold on. So this meta, it has no relation with the circle. Okay. But let's see. It has a genitive that it goes with and accusative. And I will write it on the board with and after.
Does that have anything to do with Facebook? No. Facebook being called man in cases.
I don't know if they did that. But there you go. Any you want me to repeat the definition?
Could you repeat the definition for
All of them? Got it. Jay, what is that one?
that would be
I'm joking, you don't. What? Okay, I'll let Jay actually. Which one were you wondering about, Jay?
I was wondering about head or head. Is it? Or,
The
no,
N,
head, yeah.
in,
Yeah.
on, or among. Like it's in the circle. But if you're doing a top-down view, it's on the circle, like on top of it, right?
Yeah.
And it's among a bunch of other ones.
That's dative, right?
Well, it goes with data. Remember, it's none of these have a case. This is just talk when the cases in parentheses are referring to the case of the noun it's modifying.
That makes sense.
But I'm betting you it doesn't just go with data. It just means in, on, or among. I'm just giving these to spice it up for technicality. Mainly because of these ones with multiple. You know, the ones that will make you want to die on the vocab quizzes. Remember them. Meta with after. Dia through on account of. Pupa. By or under. Para. From. Beside. In the presence of. Alongside of. There you go.
Could you one more time with the cross, the
To, towards, or with. Okay. Any other ones? Do you remember this one?
is that case?
What does it mean?
Mm,
Casually looks at paper while trying to close their eyes.
Yeah, actually, I think I remember case.
What is that? Tell me based on the arrow.
In
That's one of them. It's into, in, among. It's going into the circle. But that's in the circle. That's among other ones going in the circle. It's a way to remember. You all remember that one?
Out.
From.
From.
Out of.
Out.
That is what I had, right? Exactly.
That's what I wrote down.
Good. Okay. So away from. And I think that's, yeah, I think that's all of them.
Yeah. And then para would be more like from. More.
Is that what you're asking about? Is that what you're gonna ask about?
What?
Para?
Para.
Para?
Um,
Okay. From. Beside. In the presence of. Alongside of. It's this line that goes like here, right next to the circle. It's beside the circle. Okay, it's in the presence of the circle. It's alongside of it. From, we'll just remember that one.
okay. Got it.
Are they one for the top of the circle?
Mhm.
Like above the circle, or like we got under the circle, but why not? Did we get above the circle? Or
I did bring it into my here.
oh, okay.
I have vocab tabs. Hold on a moment. If you want more vocab, I'll just try to remember that I already gave you this. And we'll just add to the list. Hold on. Okay, here's more for you to remember.
Yeah.
Soon. It's with the data. That's not a date. Okay. With. That's where you get the word synergy, or where you get like synergy and stuff. It's from soon. Yeah, there's definitely more. Okay. You asked for this, remember that. I mean, this one we could just put like a line over here for this next one.
Oh man. No. Oh.
Exo. As an adverb,
Oh.
as an adverb, it means without.
I was hoping we're not in the first.
And as a preposition, it means outside. So it's outside of everything else. We have exo here.
Would that be with a genitive accusative?
Doesn't matter. Or wait, yes it does. I just didn't see it. Genitive. I don't know if I have room for this one. Yes, I do. It's over here. Okay. I heard that. I want to actually quiz you on these, but I will just put them up here so you'll have all the prepositions. How about that? Is that better?
Fair enough.
So then you can at least write them all down. So this one has 3. But you'll have this one in chapter 11. Isn't that fun?
Ooh.
That's where both of these are from. On. Over. When. Epi. Did I already say what it was called? Epi. On, over, when. On the basis of. At. And then on to against. We keep going here. We have Heos. Conjunction? Is that what that means? I think so. Until it just says that KO and J. I'm like, is that conjunction?
Do they have a lot of different conjunctions?
Don't remember. I'll be honest, I don't remember. And then the genitive. Or yeah, Heos until then as far as. Heos, I'm concerned. Kind of funny. As far as I'm concerned. We found it. Yay. Like you really would think they put that already on there, right?
Oh yeah.
And we got all the others that went around the circle.
Prepare. Where was it? Yeah. This is probably why. In behalf of. With the genitive. Or wait. Yeah. In behalf of. And then above. Prepare. Somebody will have to take a picture of this when I'm finished. Ah, my favorite. Kata. It's actually a word used in the names of the Gospels. It actually uses that word. So, like, you'll see in a second, okay? I'm about to drop my cap. So, genitive. Down from. I guess you make a downward arrow. Down from. Against. Wow, this is getting really bad, isn't it?
Ooh.
Thank you, Cleo. I mean, you're getting more, so.
Very true.
According to.
More vocabulary. Ooh.
This is in chapter 14.
Okay.
According to.
I'll just make a big old picture.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout. Yeah, please make your pictures look better than mine. All these extra ones. Throughout. During. So with the gospel ones, it'd be kata, the name of the person. Ioannes, I think is like, Ionan. I keep forgetting how to pronounce John in Greek. But yeah, according to that person is basically what it means. It doesn't say Evangelion kata, their name. It says just kata and then their name. According to John, according to Luke, according to Mark, according to Matthew. So yeah.
And all these are prepositions. Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yep, and that's where it stops marking the.
So how many prepositions are they in total?
I have no idea
Oh,
because
a lot of.
I don't know all of Greek. So it kind of makes it hard to know how many there are. I have no idea how many words there are in general. But here's all the ones I'll give you right now. How many did we add? 5, 6?
6, I believe.
Yeah. Epi, Theos, Kata, Huper, and Exo. Now you can take a picture. And post on the Greek group chat, be like, you all missed a great night tonight. Having our brains melted. Behold the board. There you go. For the people online. I wouldn't do that if it weren't recording. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Maybe I would.
A lot of people watch the videos anyway.
I don't know. They better. Okay, we've got an hour.
Sweet.
Hasn't gone fast enough. Okay. Dang, only Jay laughed at that. You just like have a slight concern on your face, like okay.
More.
And now I will basically just read the book to you.
Okay.
Once Jay finishes writing.
I can do it later.
No, finish now.
How many do we- In general.
Not much more. I mean, you'll learn about movable news and stuff, but like that's like not really much of a concept to have to learn. Basically, once you know it, you're like, okay, I'm not really gonna do anything with that. I just kind of know it's there and that words might look a little different. That I'm basically summing it up right there. Basically, yeah, I'm gonna wait. A movable new is a new occurring at the end of a word that ends with a vowel when the following word begins with the vowel. Example, asin autoi. The purpose of adding the new was to avoid pronouncing two successive vowels. By adding a new, a pause is created and the two vowel sounds can be distinguished. This is like changing the English ah or a. I don't know why I said ah. Too much Greek. A to an. It's like doing that when the next word begins with the vowel.
Instead they just.
Yeah, because a new word's just like an in.
This is the.
This is just any word. This is just in general. Often or the new is the third singular. Oh wait, the new in the third. Gosh darn it. The new in Estin is a movable new, but Esti only occurs once in the New Testament. So basically, in some words, the new is just optional. It basically can just appear just to make it sound good. And sometimes you'll just not be there, like an Esti, and you'll be like, what word is that? Because every other occurrence of he, she, it said. Or wait, no, that's not even. Is it? That's apin. Yeah, that's he, she, it is. Sorry. Every other occurrence of it is Estin, while the Esti, is just one time. So you'll be confused at one time. But like there's a bunch of words that do that.
Is the new just from it?
Just thrown on there. And that's where a bunch of the that Jay, you might remember this, like where there's like a lot of like errors and differences in the New Testament, like manuscripts,
Yeah.
it's a lot of those, like a lot of those. So it's not even errors. It still is the correct word. There's just is or isn't a new. That is a large percentage of the differences. So it's literally just the same thing, just oh, there's not a new at the end. Okay.
So when you're making like doing like the translation of it, do you when you're trying to tell apart the new from like the rest of the manuscript, does it mess up the people who are translating it if they see that on the sentence?
What, the new?
Yeah.
Should.
Or how do they distinguish it?
I mean, you just know which word it is.
Okay.
So you just are like, okay, what's that base of that word? If I shoved a new on there, would I recognize it? I haven't even run into that. Yeah. But I'm guessing that's how you would do it. It's just, that word looks kind of familiar. Not sure. If I shove a new on the end, is it a different word? Like if it's not its own distinct word, then you'll know. Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's like this word looks like it has an extra new. And then you just like, oh, it's movable new. If you check the word and make sure it's not a different word or anything.
Yeah.
That's the only thing to be careful of is just make sure first it's not a different word. Okay. Then let's see, dependent clauses. Yay. Let's see. A dependent clause is a collection of words that cannot stand alone. That is hopefully evident from the word dependent as meaning only when it is part of a complete sentence, it is dependent upon that sentence. For example, in English, the clause "if I go home" is not a sentence. It is incomplete when standing on its own. It is therefore dependent on the main sentence. If I go home, I will eat dinner. I will eat dinner is a sentence. If I go home is not. And it'll be the same pretty much in Greek. There will be things just like that. You need to separate your clauses. Independent and dependent. Mentally, you don't have to write it out or anything. Just separate it mentally.
The rule is the English rule.
In that one, yeah. You can separate the clauses out. Which you'll mainly just be doing that in your English translation. Because remember, to translate Greek properly, you have to properly put it in English.
Yep.
And there's the smiles of nervousness, like, oh shoot, I don't know my own language. Oh no. Don't worry, you know English better after taking Greek. It's not a joke.
Great. Like you're going over and it's like a great English review and I didn't.
Yeah, and it sticks a lot more because you're having to translate and be like, I have to know how these work. Otherwise, I can't translate the Greek. Yeah.
Wow.
So then, yeah, we're going to ignore that. Basic verbal grammar. You'll learn about verbs later. And now there's Amy. That's it. Well, and then the predicate nominative, which is scary, and I forget what it means every time I hear it. But hopefully this time after teaching it, I will remember. Okay, are you ready for me to erase, or are you still going?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Are you lying to me? You're lying to me. I smell it.
Wow. Imagine. No. I'm over my so.
Well, either way, you took a picture.
I did.
Did you post in the Greek chat? Be like, we're having fun right now?
I will.
Okay. Yeah. Leo just saw that.
So what?
Oh, you didn't see me point at the screen after I said, all that. I just went to the screen, people. Yeah. Because we're, letting them know stuff. And now if they watch, and they might remember seeing this message that Jay's sending out, they'll be like, oh, that's when that happened? And yeah, it'll be funny. Or I'm just being stupid. Don't say nah like that. You're like nah. Say it again.
No.
Yeah, saying it like that makes it sound like the opposite. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, no.
I don't know. I'm
Translate into Greek.
hmm.
Translate that into Greek. For sound.
Ooh. Ooh means not. I don't know now. I should. Uginosko no. I do not know no.
Wait, but how'd you say no if you don't know? No.
I said no at the end.
Oh.
Let me give you a little sense here.
Thank you.
Oh gosh. Hope I'm spelling this correctly. Um,
And the middle word means no.
Ugina. Uginasto.
Hold on.
Uginasto.
I'm not gonna.
I do not know. No.
No.
Yeah, the not would just put a negative twist on the I know.
Mhm.
You're getting early verbal stuff. Now, before I cry myself to sleep tonight, I'm gonna find out now whether I got that right in spelling and everything. Just because I have to, yeah. Jay, are you writing that down or are you writing something else down?
Still writing a little bit of the chart then.
Okay. Dang, how far in was Gnosko? Already on chapter 19.
I can write those words down if you want.
No need to.
Uh,
I'm just gonna go to the lexicon and screw it. I know. Come to know, realize, learn. Gnosko. Yep. Gnosko. Gnosko no. Live sense. There you go. Okay, now back to Amy. Verbs work differently than nouns. Okay. Verbs have first singular. Or, did I say first then singular?
yeah, you said that.
I hate my mouth sometimes because it doesn't say what I'm thinking. It has first, second, and third persons. Okay. But it also has singular and plural. If I'm remembering correctly, there is no gender. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no gender in verbs. It wouldn't really make sense. Three persons. Yeah. So they're different. They don't have a case either. The main thing is they'll agree in this in number with the subject. The parts where they overlap, they will agree with the subject, which is the noun. But now for Amy. It is the to be verb. You know, that weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
To be or not to be. A me, ooh, a me. I don't remember what or is. I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't judge me, Jay. There you go. So we have 6 forms. Why did I do that? We don't need a line here. Just wasted my time and of yours. Okay. So, can you guess what the first one is? The first one in Greek. The to be verb, what have I been calling it this whole time? A me. This marker is dying. No. I like blue. That's enough, but okay, it might work. Amy. Can you guess what it means? No. The to be verb in English. What? How would you say something is, basically? That's what to be is. I am. So, like when Jesus does his, good old I am statements, ego eimi, extra emphasis on the I. I myself am is what could potentially be translated. I am. I just ruined that am. There we go. And then there's also a. You are. Because it's second singular. This is first person, second person, you. You all remember persons, right?
Yeah.
And so the next one will be they, or not they. Gosh darn it. He is. And it is, I've already mentioned it, but I'll go ahead and mention it again. Not going to ask you what it was. Eston. That example for the movable new. So we have a, me, a, Eston. I am, you are, he, she, it is. Then we have as men. We are. Eston. You are. Or you could insert an all. You all are. Ain't no y'alls in this house. Ain't no ain'ts either. If you catch me saying ain't, please correct me. Actually, though.
What does ain't mean? Like, what are they trying to say when they say
Ain't.
are not?
It's basically aren't, I think. Yeah.
You're a southern talking
Hmm.
southern word.
I say it too much. I'm kind of southern. I'm like northern southern. And then there's ASIN. They are. I guess maybe I should start like how when we definitely when we get to verbs, we're just gonna chant things. I'm not gonna lie. You'll just that sounds very bad out of context. You'll just start saying the same endings and stuff over and over till it's drilled in your mind, basically. Like for verbs, the main endings are o, ace, a, amen, ente, usi. You will say them dozens of times. We're gonna do that for a moment. If you're in the video or watching the video, not if you all are in the video like me, that's weird to think about, huh? Or if you're watching it, you're gonna chant with me. Amy, A,
Hey,
Eston,
Eston,
Esmond,
Eston,
Esther,
Esther,
Asen,
Ace,
Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen.
Amy, A,
Huh?
Eston,
Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen. Say it with me. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen.
we say the last three slow because I'm missing them.
Amy, A, Eston, Esmond,
Esmond,
Esther,
Esther,
E, Esther,
Este,
Esther, Esther,
Esther,
Te, E, E, Te, Na, E. I'm going too far on this. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen.
Ace,
Esmond,
Esmond,
Esther, Asen. Remember, diphthong, Asen,
Ace,
Amy,
Asen. Esther, Asen. Asen,
Asen,
Ace,
Asen,
Ace,
Asen. Yeah,
Ace,
it's like you're saying Asen,
Asen,
Asen. Drilling these into oblivion. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen. Okay, we'll do it. We're gonna keep doing this.
I think I got it.
What?
So, Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Este, Ace,
Yes, Ace. Yeah. Esther, Asen.
Este, Ace. Yes.
Can you say them?
Amy, A, Eston. And that's where I get lost.
Esmond,
Esmond, Esmond, Esmond, Esmond. Is that saying it right?
Esmond,
Esmond, Esmond,
Esther,
Esther, Esther, Esmond, Esther, Esmond, Esther, Esmond, Esther,
Asen.
Asen.
Esmond, Esther, Asen. Esmond, Esther, Esther,
Este,
Eh,
Este,
Esther,
Esther,
Esmond, Esther,
Ace,
Asen. Esmond, Esmond,
Did I say that wrong?
Esther,
Esther.
Esther, Eh,
I have a lot of E. epsilon sentence.
Yeah. You could say that they're all starting with it. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen. Asen.
The last one's the one.
Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen.
Ace.
Asen. It's a sin to miss it. I'm joking. Technically, you could kind of make that correct out of theological terms because it's just meaning missing the mark, by the way. It's an archery term. Sin is in English.
Well,
It means to miss the mark.
mm,
You probably heard that, right?
oh yeah.
So you all kind of missed, but
Well,
I'm joking around. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen. It's not Este. It's Este.
Este.
Te.
Este.
Te. Este.
Este.
Te. Say te.
Te.
Este.
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 Te. 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 Say it with me, guys. Te. 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 Este.
Este.
They're probably having fun hearing. Amy, A, Eston, Esmond, Esther, Asen.
Yes.
Do you all think you know these now?
Yeah.
It's not even possible probably to forget it at this point, right?
I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, there.
Yes. You all are doing good. Did you catch that? Esther, doing good.
Este.
Esther, doing good. On that note, it's 8:16. Okay. I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you all are, they are. Got it? Who's ready for some predicate nominatives? I almost forgot about it. I was about to say workbook, but this is just me reading out of the book again, and then we'll be done with chapter 8. So I will now sit down. That was probably fun for the audience. The verb to be gives rise to a special situation. Okay. Let's see. If you say the teacher is I, the pronoun I is not receiving the action of the verb. Rather, it is telling you something about the subject. Right? In grammarian terminology, I'm gonna steal this just sentence straight out of the book. The I is predicating something about the subject. That's kind of awful word. Predicating.
Could you explain?
No, don't even ask me to explain what predicating is, okay? It's just describing something about it, like the other thing just said. Now we get to the Greek, where my realm and domain more is, okay? The second function, besides being the subject case, the nominative, is the predicate nominative, okay? Get that in your mind, predicate nominative. Just as in English, a noun that follows a me is not receiving the action from the verb, rather is telling you something about the subject. Therefore, the word is in the nominative case. I guess I should write All right. I'll go ahead and tell you this word. It means Lord or Master. Okay. Theos estin kurios. God, she it is, Lord or Master. God is Lord. It's saying something about God. He is Lord. The predicate nominative. This is in the nominative. That's why it's called the predicate nominative. Okay? Because they're both in the nominative. But this just describes this and tells you something about it. Because of the verb. Makes sense? Like, actually, that just makes sense. So, yeah, both os endings. Predicate nominative. Any questions besides what predicate means?
Not this time, I don't have no.
Okay, it sounds all right now, basically. Okay. I'm so glad I got this room. I'm using this whiteboard a lot. I don't know how I'd be doing this otherwise. I can't imagine that nightmare. Okay. We've got about 40 minutes. Workbook time. Woohoo. Exercise 7. Or do you want to just move to exercise 8? We can. Let's just do 8. That sounds perfect right now.
I didn't print it out.
Got it, 7. Sorry.
Get on your phones.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Can print it out later.
Yeah, you can print it out later. In the meantime, we're having fun right now. Hashtag Greek what? Greek class 2023. I love it. Hashtag Greek class. Let me know when y'all get it pulled up. I guess this doesn't help since you all don't know these verbs or these vocab words that we'll be going over. Okay, fine. We can do chapters or exercise 7. Normally you would have a book with it, but I kind of actually don't want to make you flip between the vocab and the exercise now that I'm thinking about it. That sounds mean. So yeah, sorry about that.
That sounds good.
Memorize the chapter 8 vocab for Monday and do the chapter 8 workbook for Monday and read chapter 9. Not that much. This was like it's just like the normal class. This is how much stuff you'd be getting. Except normally every Friday there was a Greek vocab quiz. And every Wednesday there was a grammar quiz.
to go through as fast as we're doing right now?
I don't remember. That was about a year. That was literally last fall.
Did you take a Greek class every semester?
No, you can't. It's every other year that they teach it. They have Greek 1 and Greek 2. Greek 2 literally is just going into the other half of the book. You go over everything with verbs in Greek 2. Nouns and moving. You get through like the present tense verbs in Greek 1, but then you get to future tense in Greek 2. Well, at least that's how far we got. And then we basically finished the book in Greek 2. Okay, so we did just Greek for a year. We went through the book in a whole year.
I'll have to take it eventually.
Yes, you will. There's also Hebrew, guys. Just saying. Okay, so parsing. Parsing, y'all remember how to parse, right?
Yes. We have a quick review.
You have the exercise, right? It's you have to look at the word, tell me its case, number, gender, its lexical form, which is, the form that's in the dictionary, the main one, and then what the inflected meaning is. Inflected meaning means the meaning of the word in that form. Inflection is just changing word forms. Yeah. Don't stare at me like that. I'm talking to the camera as a joke. Come on, guys, you know it's funny. Okay, Jay, do number 1. Or actually, do number 2. We're gonna skip number 1.
Person.
What's the case?
Used it?
No. What's the ending on it?
Well,
What letters make the ending? The word. The case ending. You know what case endings are?
Mhm.
You're allowed to use your chart, your case ending chart. I'll let you right now. If you haven't memorized all the endings yet. That's why you should just bought the book, Jay. So this wouldn't help you as much because you wouldn't have the workbook. Did I put the workbook on
You
the
did. Yeah.
Okay. They were both like $15, right? I meant like a buy source thing, by the way. You can just buy the book for $15. It'll save you a lot of hassle.
So
It'll be just like this one. Not the workbook, but you can get the workbook. Everyone buy the textbook. $15 from Walmart online, free shipping. Make your life easier. Better to read from a physical book than an electronic book. Also buy the workbook because or just print it out and put it in a binder. So it's at least neat, unlike Jay's.
looking for a case. I didn't want to get some find it.
You want to
chapter? Is it?
The case ending chart is from chapter 7. Did you read chapter 7?
I did.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Oh wait, it's chapter 6.
No, it's chapter 7.
It's chapter 6.
Well, it's kind of right, but also wrong in this case. Because you need the full chart up to this point, which is in chapter 7. I repeat, did you read the chapter? I know you did, because you were also here in class. So, Jay,
Well, the case
worried.
looks like it's could be a nominative.
No. What are the last? Which letters of? Just pronounce the word. Go ahead and pronounce it. Actually, also.
So ice. Ice.
What?
The second one you said, right?
Yeah, number 2.
Warm-up?
It's parsing.
Oh,
The parsing. Not the warm-up.
sorry.
Do you have that?
So. Rios.
Remember, Omicron iota is a diphthong. So it's
Rios.
curiois.
Rios. Rios. Rios.
Curiois.
Curios.
Ois. Curiois.
Curios.
Because Omicron iota makes oi, like oil. Curiois.
Curios.
Curiois. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the case ending? What letters?
So the ending of the word would be with the sigma. So
It's not just the sigma, but what's the case ending?
it's
It's how many letters can you think? Do you want to help them?
yeah, can you help me clear?
Cleo?
I looked at it.
That's fine.
I know this should be like on.
Oh. Wait,
It's the ois.
so with the case then would it be dative?
Yes,
Okay.
it's in the dative case.
So it's the dative.
And what is it, singular or plural?
That would be plural.
Yes.
Yes.
What gender?
Asking.
Yes. What word is it from?
Korea. Four.
Kurios.
Three.
Remember, it's the masculine singular nominative. So it has the os ending if it's masculine. It's chapter 7 vocab.
Wait.
It's not on the vocab quiz. I mean, I just showed it to you a few minutes ago for predicate nominatives in its nominative form. I was making that clear. Mm-hmm.
I looked at it.
It's reflecting meaning.
It's fine. Okay.
Trying to think of what it means.
So if it's in dative, what's the keyword you usually use with the dative? It's 2. So, and then what does curios mean? Or curios mean? What is curios? Do you remember what I said it was? Lord or master.
Lord, oh,
Okay, so it's plural, right?
so Lord or Lords.
So it'd just be
Or
lords, but then you have to add the keyword because it's dative. So 2 lords. Not 2 lords. 2 lords. T-O.
How will we know if, because aren't they like with, doesn't that go with the dative also, or is it just?
We're just being generic because it's not in a sentence. So in parsing, you'll just put 2 for the dative. Okay, the next one will hopefully be a gentler one. Okay, number 3. Pronounce it, please.
Roughly breathing mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like ham would be like the first part, ham or
Um,
palm.
well, It doesn't. That's not how it's syllable wise. It's from hamartia. I'll just go ahead and say that. Do you remember what hamartia means?
Maybe it's in this book now.
I mean, just change the ending with the feminine ending, feminine nominative ending. Try to remember the lexical form. That's what you'll have to do. You'll have to start kind of memorizing these words and be able to write them. Hmm.
So working backwards in.
You have to identify the original word to know what it means and to know what's changed. And then you identify the changes to be able to know what the new form means. Make sense?
So.
What? Well, first you got to do the case, number, gender stuff. And you still also just need to pronounce it. So it's from hamartia. 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 Not har. Hamartia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then it's just missing the alpha at the end, and it's replaced with an omega nu.
Yeah, and that's change.
But now you gotta pronounce it. You gotta pronounce it with the new ending.
Hamartia.
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 And now you gotta pronounce the inflected form. Well, it's omega is O.
Oh.
Yes, O. So now you just combine hamartia with the own ending, get rid of the alpha. What does it sound like?
No. Hamartia. Oh.
Hamarti
Home.
own. Hamartion.
Harmon.
Martin.
Like.
Martin.
You got this? Ha
Ha.
mar
Mar.
t own. Don't try to rush it out. I get it. It gets kind of
Oh.
messed up in there when trying to go fast, right? Sometimes.
Feels like trying to pronounce English.
It's pretty bad. It's kind of hard to do a lot of times with these words, especially at the beginning. You'll get used to it. Okay.
Martino. Martin. Hamartio.
Yes, hamartion. Yes. Okay, what case is it in?
I think it's in the genitive. That's without looking.
Yes. Okay, what number? Singular or plural?
Plural.
Yes. Okay, what gender?
All three.
No.
No.
Remember,
Like,
the gender comes from the word itself, the original word, not from the ending. You use the ending to tell which gender it is if you don't know. But yeah, it's feminine.
okay. I was just using the actual ending that they gave.
Yeah, the ending doesn't determine the gender. The gender determines the endings. But in the genitive plural, all three genders share the same ending. Makes sense. Gender determine ending, not other way around. Yeah. And then we already know hamartia is the lexical form, and what does it mean? Just get rid of the own and write an alpha. And what can you recognize the word? Sin.
Sin. like one of those possessive.
Yes.
How would I write that?
You're supposed to use the keyword. You're not doing apostrophe S's. Of sins. Yes, of sins. Okay. Do you want to keep parsing?
Sure.
Okay.
Try it.
So
Yeah, no.
do number 7. Pronounce it first.
The logo.
It-
Logo.
It's Omicron.
Oh,
So
log. Lagu.
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 It's like ooh, like in soup.
Okay.
Lagu. What case is it in?
It wouldn't be genitive, right?
It's genitive. What is it, singular or plural?
Singular.
Okay, what gender is it?
Very masculine.
Yes, and what word is it from? What would be the nominative singular ending? Yeah, Omicron Sigma, so then just replace that if you can't logos.
Logos.
Yeah, Lagu comes from logos. It just has an Omicron upsilon ending instead of an Omicron Sigma ending. So if it comes from logos and it's genitive, what does it mean?
The word.
Well, in this case, I kind of hate it too, but since there's no definite article in parsing, you would just say of a word.
Okay. Oh man.
Of a word.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the word, of a word. Yeah. Okay, clear. You're gonna get a fun one. I'm sorry. Number 10. It has two cases it could be. Yeah. So it'll have two different meanings that you have to derive because it could mean two different things. And when it'll usually be good to tell you if it has multiple answers, by the way. So that's why the 2x is there. Yeah, it means there's multiple answers because they're matching in forms. So can you pronounce it? Basileos. Yes. Nice. That's great. Okay. What cases? I'll give you that. There's two different cases. What cases could it be? Alpha sigma ending, yes. So what cases use that ending? You can use your chart. You can use your chart. It's a double one, so it would be kind of
I think I recognize that. One's accused it, right?
yes.
What are the other ones then?
You really didn't read chapter 7, did you?
Sorry.
Like, did you, or did you just like, did you like
Probably just okay, confession, I probably like didn't study as much as I should.
basically you like skimmed chapter 7, or you read it and were like, okay, I'll figure this out later. Started working on the workbook. How well did you do on the workbook?
That's on the workbook.
Was that with the help of the answer key? Because I noticed you gave a thumbs up today on the answer key.
Oh, hey, those.
You had to scroll back to go to the answer key post. I'm glad you're using it. You used it, correct?
Use it for exercise.
You used it for exercise 6. Okay. You definitely use it to check your work. That way you learn and know what you did wrong. Otherwise, like, how are you gonna know? Like, you're gonna be like, I don't know, I think I did it right. You're just gonna be like doing it wrong
Yeah.
the rest of the time. That's why it's like,
I use it to check a lot
Definitely.
of stuff too. To make sure that my person is okay.
yeah. Keep doing that. I'd recommend that with every exercise. Check it. I did that. I did that 100%.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, I want to get it right. Like, my teacher didn't even, Dr. Osborne didn't even grade on correctness. He just graded that the workbook was done. So I was like, well, I want to know if I got it right. So, like, I don't want to have to ask him for every single question. So I just found it. Okay, Cleo, what's the other case? Yes. Okay, so in the genitive, let's go on with that one. What number would it be? We're talking about genitive. We're gonna go through with the genitive and then we'll go back to the accusative. Okay, so genitive, what number? Okay, what gender for both? Okay, feminine. What word is it from? Basileia, what does that mean? Okay, so in the genitive, singular, feminine, basileia, basileos, what does it mean?
Of kingdom or of a kingdom.
Yes, of a kingdom. And now the accusative would be,
Plural.
yeah. So what would it mean?
Kingdoms.
Yes. So it means of a kingdom or kingdoms. Good job, guys. We have 13 minutes. Let's see. I could make you just write out every form of the article and just sit here watching. Or I could not, because that may or may not be on the first test. And you might just want to know it anyway.
You might be able to write out the chart. Yes, and
No. We're not doing that right now. Jay, can you do gamma in the warm-up? And I want you to read it first. Yeah.
So the first one is a breathing mark, so
Mm-hmm.
K,
Mm-hmm.
K, hog,
It's just ah.
Aga, agape, oh wait, agape,
Yeah, agape.
agape, two,
2.
Two.
Mm-hmm.
and the top first one.
The X looking thing is a key.
Key.
So
Priest,
Christu.
Christian.
So say it
So
cleanly
he,
through.
hey, agape, to Christian.
Yes. Hey agape to Christu.
So
So what is the subject of the sentence?
wait, no, Christian.
No.
No, sorry.
Parse each individual word in your mind. That's what you have to do with the sentences. Okay, so what's the case of this word and this word? And sometimes it helps. I like to make notes like that one's in the nominative, that one's singular, that one's this. Like you might want to just write that next to him in the workbook stuff. If you want to keep track.
No, I don't want
I think I remember. Did we run through some of it?
We might have already.
Okay. I think I remember.
Well, should I? Ooh, at the first exam, I should do a workbook check to make sure everyone's actually done all of it. Just like in the actual class. So that means you miss points if you don't do every page.
to.
You all are like, that sounds kind of awful.
No, I probably should have.
Yeah, we had to have the
Yeah.
entire workbook done. Let's just say I had to spend a whole day just catching up on like 7 chapters because you kind of fall behind when you're taking like 19 credit hours with Greek is somehow not your hardest class.
So he loves.
I don't remember which one.
He loves.
No,
Wait, no. He loves.
there's no he.
Wait.
He would be out toss. Be out toss would be he.
That's right.
Yeah, hey is the. So what is agape?
Love.
So the love.
The love.
What is it? The subject or the object of the sentence?
Um,
You can tell based off the ending if you have the chart.
love.
Yes.
So the love of Christ.
So,
So Christ.
what case is agape in?
So agape.
Okay,
Oh, that's not John.
the genitive and dative stack here.
Okay.
So, you know.
Hmm. So agape would be. Would that be feminine?
The case.
The case. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Denominative singular.
Yes, it's the nominative. And do you remember what the nominative means? What it does in the sentence?
Question.
Yes, it's the subject of the
Okay.
sentence. Accusative is the direct object.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, just review that. Just want to make sure you're good, man. I really feel like I was putting on pressure, but
Yeah,
like
that's good.
I'm like,
It's gonna be.
don't worry too much. Just give yourself time to review if you can this weekend on that. Yeah. Chapter 6, the thing we had to review 3 times already in this class, it feels like.
The love of Christ. So that would be the subject. So
And Christ is in what case?
this would be a. That would be accusative.
No, there's no direct object. There's no verb in this
Oh.
sentence. Which is not even a full sentence. It's not even, it's just part of a sentence. It's of Christ, right?
Yeah.
So it's the love that
Oh,
belongs to
genitive.
Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. Of Christ. Yeah.
Genitive case. Genitive
right.
possessive.
Yeah.
Genitive case.
Yeah.
Okay, how much? Okay, we can do one more. I want you to just do delta. Oh, look, it's hamartia again. Can you pronounce it? Are you working on that? Hmm.
The alpha and beta.
Uh,
Is that a good one on the first one?
Alpha Yoda? Yes. I. Like an aisle. Like you're going down the aisle of the store. Yes, Tice. It's fun, isn't it? Tice. Hamarti. And then take the towel off Tice. So Hamarti. Take the towel off ice. Or Tice. Yeah.
Is RRT is?
Hamarti ice.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Hamarti ice. What's with the look, Jay? Be honest with me.
I'm just like trying to like. So does the word when it's like making that sound? Is it like does it change? Like its meaning within when it changes case it can be so bad or
Oh, yeah, the word changes the case. With the case ending, that changes the meaning of the word
yeah.
and its functionality. It's like in the nominative case, it's the subject of the sentence, so it's performing the verb. If it's
Okay.
in the accusative, it's receiving the verb.
Yeah. Which makes
In the
sense.
genitive, it's possessive.
Mm.
So yeah, the ending changes the meaning. Or are we talking more about the sound? For a second there,
It was the sound that I was like trying to like I was trying to pinpoint the sound. I could change if it changed like the meaning of the word.
I mean, it's just coming from the ending that was added, the ice ending. That's I don't. It's from the dative plural ending. So always make that sound when it's attached to something. Because that's just how it's spelled. Yeah. You got this. Yeah.
I'll review it this weekend.
So Tice Hamarti ice. You got the rest?
Five. Two.
Two. There's an oo at the end. Yes. So what's the whole set or whole thing? Tice. Just say it with me, guys. Tice Hamarti ice. Hamarti ice. To Kairu.
Hi.
Ice Hammer Ice two Kazu.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so what case is Hamarti ice in that I already mentioned? Dative, what number? Okay, so what about Kairu? Do you know what word that's from? No, that's kurios that you're thinking of.
Rose.
It's from kairos. Means time. So what case is that in? If the lexical form is kairos. Wait, what case is Kairu in? Sorry.
In the genitive.
Yes. Okay. So can you translate the sentence?
possessive, we would put of. In
Mhm.
fact, so
And there are definite articles, so the word the is in there.
and I have to put the word to in there because of the other one being. I don't know which one comes first because it doesn't really say. If it's like genitive and dative.
Well, the genitive will follow typically. That's how it kind of works. It attaches to what's there before. So the Thais, Hamartiais, it in the warm-ups they'll typically they'll give it to you in the English order. The book is very friendly with that, okay? Not always, but most of the time it's given, it is in the English order.
That so maybe two sin of the Christ or the two sin of the Christ or something.
Why are you saying Christ?
I don't know. My
It's
brain
time. It's time.
of time.
And remember, the definite article just goes right before the noun. The definite article, the, goes right before the noun.
How do I know which one it comes before?
Huh?
Because like does used twice.
Yeah,
And then
there's two thes then. Each noun has its own the. So use the twice.
Oh,
You don't just have to use it once.
got the two sin of the time.
Switch around the two and the.
To the sin of the time.
Yes, but sins is plural.
Oh. It's there.
You had the correct answer before.
I wrote it above it, what the word meant. I
Okay.
didn't mean myself.
So yeah, it's to the sins of the time. So see, to goes first before the definite article or the noun. The definite article always goes before the noun. The this thing, the that thing, okay? The sins, the time. Get it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't say the two sins in English. You gotta remember to think about it. It's like it doesn't sound right. Just rearrange it until it sounds right in that case. So to the sins of the time. You all good?
Yep.
You gonna practice it over the weekend?
Mhm.
7 and 8? Okay.
Always practicing for sure.
Hi everyone. Remember, yeah, I'll make half a child.